Hey guys, welcome to Jammer's Reviews and Opinions, and today I got a little something here for y'all. It is the Insignia Switch Travel Dock. As you can see right there, it won't focus in, so. But I'm reviewing this dock, which is the best. Which is not an official Nintendo Switch dock, compared to the official Switch dock, as you can see here. Now, the dock I have here is, it's not, this dock here is the one that came with my console. I didn't go out and buy another one. I'm not going to spend $100 on another dock. This one here I think is like $25-50 for. Just as good. But I'm going to compare them and see which one's better. I'm going to tell y'all my personal opinion, the one I like, and then y'all can decide for yourself. Now, I'm going to start off with the official licensed dock. It's got a door here, and y'all know the whole dock. You get the HDMI, AC, all back here. You got 3.0 USB back here. You got 2.0 USB there. And you got, I mean, it's a standard dock. I mean, who doesn't know it? I mean, console, slides easily in and out of it. Pretty secure. It's got a little pressure plate in there, so to keep this. I'm gonna need my power cable here. This USB-C cable here protected when it's not in use. Now get that cable out of the way. Now this dock here, it's literally fit in my pocket. Fits my pocket. Well, mostly fits in my pocket. If it weren't for this little ridge here, if it weren't for that ridge right there, it'd fit in my pocket perfectly. But again, console fits right in there. I mean, it's not as protected on the screen as it is with this dock like this, but it's designed for travel. It's designed to go in like a backpack or something. And sorry if I keep looking to the right here. I'm looking at my monitor here. I've got a second monitor here I'm using. It's designed to be used for if you're going over to a friend's house or something. That's what it's designed for. Now because there is no front face here, the console, you have to put a little more muscle into it. The console sticks in there, but unlike the official one, this one has rubber right here, and where is it? Right here. Right here and here, there's rubber on both sides. No, it's on the front side. Okay, so it's on that front side. There's rubber. If I can get it in there properly. Helps to have the console on the right side, though. It does fit in there perfectly fine. It does wobble a bit. But you don't have that front face here, so it's gonna wobble a bit. Take it out, I actually find this one here, it'll distribute the airflow through these air vents here into the console. These are this is the air in ports right here, essentially, through it, and keep the console cooler when it's outputting right here. Now, this one here, the officially licensed dock, because of this door right here, when you have the console in here, because of this door, it heats up very fast, very easily, and that's what's making the switches warp or bend. That's what's making them warp or bend. Is the heat that the console itself is generating because of this door. So my solution is take off this door. It pops right off. It'll pop off and on. If I can do it here on camera, pops off. See, and then like the Joy-Con, not the Joy-Con. Well, yeah, like the Joy-Con. It'll pop back on like that. See, pops back on, secure. A little more secure than the kickstand that they have, because I've popped this thing off. I have popped this kickstand off just trying to get it open. Just trying to get this thing open. I've popped it off, and so I've popped it back in like 4 or 5 or more times. I've popped it in a whole lot. But you also see here if I can get it. Yeah, there it is. See, this is the air. This is where air vents right here, and there's the air vent here. If Nintendo had just moved this up here to above this and the door as well, then this dock here would not make the consoles overheat. Now this dock here does have one drawback to it. It doesn't has a few drawbacks to it. It doesn't have the front face here. There's no front face here like it does on the normal one. It has the standard back here with one USB port. Only one. There's not three. There's only one. And yeah, and it's not as secure, but you don't run the risk of scratching up your console when you're taking it in and out of the dock. There's a smaller risk than this, you know. I mean, there's rubber in here, but it's not as much as like this here has like a whole from the bottom here, this part here, all the way up to the top of this, there's a piece of rubber in there. Two pieces of rubber, two different spots. This here doesn't even have a piece. It has a piece of rubber. Trying to show you how the inside here, right here, and same on the other side right here. But it's only sideways and it's not very protective. And that's the only place if you're feeling around in here. It's plastic. And I know some of the docks themselves are bending in when they went out of the box, and that's just when they're made. But you don't run the risk of getting your getting your console scratched up when you buy this one. And this is since it's an Insignia brand, it's a Best Buy exclusive. It's not an official dock. It's not a Nintendo official dock. It's a third-party dock that'll work on the go and such. Now this is the official one because it's got the Nintendo Switch there and the Nintendo logo. Yeah, it's got all that. But this one here, I like it better because it'll distribute the airflow. It costs less and it works better. And I've never used that USB port. I've never used the USB ports in here to sync something up. I have never. Because actually I'm not plugged in, but I have the Switch Pro controller. I went and I synced it in with the sync button. I used that sync button right there. That's what I used to sync it up with. So I've never used the USB ports to sync up controllers or whatnot. Now I have tried to use them as a actual USB for extra storage. Console doesn't read USB drives. Console does not read well, this is a small wireless adapter, but it does not read USB sticks. It does not read them. It does not read these kinds of things. I almost dropped my console on the ground. Sticking in the dock. Sticking in the cheap, better dock. They won't read these types of things right here. It does not read these. It'll read micro SD cards, but that's about it. But this one here, I do like it better because it is more travel friendly than this. It is pretty travel friendly, but this is for like a vehicle, like in your car or something, and road trip, you know. Just road trip it, you know. It's also good if you're going over to a friend's house. I've used it a couple times for that. This one here, it came with my console, but I did use it to go to a friend's house. I'm trying to remember now. Once or twice. It's been at least once. And it worked pretty good. The only problem is that I still had to take the console out for I think it was like 30 minutes or something because we had to eat and stuff, you know. I had to take the console out of this dock to keep the Switch from bending and stuff. Now this dock here, I'm going to recommend something to y'all, and y'all better listen. An hour in here, okay, you have the console in here, about an hour, hour and a half, you're making a video or something, you know, you're just playing, binge playing. You go to the bathroom or something, pull the console out of the dock, and take it with you if you want. If you're going to the shower, pull the console out. Don't leave it in here, because that will warp, that's what warps your console. And it's just this door. If you want to have better airflow because the air is flowing through this hole here and this hole here. It flows down in here, especially this one here will heat up the switch. This one here is a bit more friendly to the door. This air vent up here is a bit more friendly to the door. Let me pull this to my other dock so I don't drop it. I've already dropped it several times. But this one here is what heats it up. It's supposed to use the air from here, and it does. But the only problem is that by the time the air gets here, it does so much turning and moving and stuff that it's heated itself up because of the amount of movements it had to do. So thereby it's heated itself up. This one here has air vents right here. Right here. That's your air vents. That's it. And they got air vents down in here, so this console like here and here and here and here. See that amount of distribution of air? That is better than, I don't know if I can show it to y'all. Where's my phone? I need a flashlight for this. Y'all can see that down and in there. Oh, like, let me open this up. If y'all can see it, my flashlight, it's only going through that hole. Now that is just one big hole. It's just one long hole. Never stopping. It just goes from end to end. There, it's just one big hole. This here, I think it even has small fans, like something like this uses, so about the size of the switch itself, right back up in here, pulling air in and pushing it into the switch, thereby creating a better airflow. This here has no fans. The switch's fans, in order for this console to work properly in this dock, these fans here have to work overtime. Now Nintendo did fix the problem for this dock. When you pull it out of the dock, it doesn't matter if you just pull it out of hibernate and it's just sitting there cold, you will hear this exhaust fan right here. You will hear it running. Even in here, you will hear that fan running. If you pull this door off, or you just leave it open, you can't even just leave this open, you don't even have to pull the door off. And you get better airflow. The dock is, this is why the switches are warping. And this dock here, it's better. Hold on, let me see if I can find my receipt. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the box it comes in. Mine got damaged because it wasn't damaged in store. I damaged it myself when I was bringing it home. Yeah, this is the whole thing back here. They have on mine they wired out Nintendo Switch dock. They wired out the Nintendo Switch here. But this is the Best Buy brand. It's Nintendo Switch not included. But you can see what it's supposed to do. And it does what it does. Yeah, compatibility with Nintendo Switch. One USB 2.0 port for Ethernet. Controllers are USBs. USB Type-C AC power. Includes everything. Dock station HDMI. It's got the dock, it's got the AC, it's got the HDMI. It's even got a quick setup here. Let me see if you can find my receipt here. I think this is the bag I had them in. Yeah, this should be the bag I have them in. Let me see now. The travel dock, $39.99 plus tax. It's like $40 for the dock. This is $40, and you can see it doesn't even feel like $40. It feels like $100 or something, you know. Switch the dock here. This one here, I mean, I'm not putting a lot of pressure, and you can see that front face right there. It's moving a lot, isn't it? It's moving a lot. If I'm looking at the camera right now. When that front face is moving, this feels like a $40 dock right here. I mean, design, quality, how it actually feels. It feels like a $40 dock. But you've got the Nintendo people charging you $100 to buy another one of these. When for $40 you can get something like this that's better for your console. It's even got the LED right there. And let me plug it in. Okay. LED is not on. If I remember correctly, you just stick the console in. LED is on. Okay. Okay, now my console turns on. Now turn it off again. Plug it in here. Shut you off real quick. If I remember correctly, turn off. I turned my console off because it not only does it save power, it's a little more energy efficient, but it keeps it from not trying to kill itself. There is this one here, the official dock. The LED does not. Where is that LED? Where is it? This LED here does not turn on until the console is turned on. Once you turn the console on, this LED activates. This one here, if y'all saw it correctly, my Nintendo Switch was not on. Hold on, is the console itself actually turning on, or what? Okay, it's on now. See, the LED is on. You unplug it here. The only thing telling the Switch to output the TV is the cable. You plug it in and such. Now you've got this dock, which has the console on at all times. I mean, that light's on all the time. Now I'm going to show y'all here. I'm going to try to do it on camera. Set my finger correctly. Turn off. And I'll turn the console off and stuff. Okay, now that y'all seen that it is off. You have the right direction? Yeah, I do. Light is on. It doesn't matter if the console is still off. It's just charging now. But the console's off and the light now it turns on. See? The light is on. But the console itself is still off. Well, it was off and the light, you saw the light turn on. Light turned on when the console was plugged in. So this light here for this one is always on. That green light's always on. This one here, the light is that TV notification light is on when the console is on. But I don't think anyone is ever going to go past that 3.0 USB right there. Even though the software in the dock itself says it's a USB 2.0. Or is it it's either the console or the dock itself says that it's a 2.0 USB. Let me just turn this off real quick. Doesn't need to be on. And if you turn it off before, and if you stick it in the dock before you turn it off, it'll turn itself off. But light is still on. So, yeah, but at this point, it's just become a matter of personal preference. I prefer this dock, not only because it's cheaper. It's literally let's do a size comparison here real quick. Literally smaller. I mean, look, I'm holding them right back to back, It's not as wide in the back, but all the components in this dock go up and down, whereas this one, the components go front to back, or back to front, wherever it goes front to back, okay? And this one here, it tends to hit the console itself a little too much. This one here keeps the console cool. Now, I live in Texas. We have crazy hot summers, and sometimes either crazy cold winter like we're having now, so every now and then, or the temperature will fluctuate from freezing cold, like we had last week, to freezing hot. Like last week, we started off the week below 20 was our high, if we were lucky. By the end of the week, we were running our ACs. So this dock here is a bit more friendly to Texas because of our temperature. We have crazy humidities here, especially if you live in the Houston area, because you got that humidity coming off the Gulf of Mexico. And this dock is. This one here, my console, I was playing during Hurricane Harvey, and that tells you where I live on this thing. Okay? Dock. I had it docked. It would, thinking about a half an hour to an hour playing Splatoon 2 single player mode, because all networks around here were down because of the hurricane. I couldn't play online like I wanted to, and when I did try, I kept getting DC'd. So, but I would run this thing in the dock half hour, maybe an hour. I could hear this fan up here running. I did the same thing with this dock here. Probably just about as hot. Ran it. I couldn't hear this fan running. I couldn't hear that fan right there running. I pulled this thing out of the dock, played in tabletop mode till the battery died. It's about 3 hours on Splatoon 2. 3.5, 4 hours, because I think the time is like 3 hours at max brightness, if I remember correctly. It's 3 hours at max brightness. 3 hours at max brightness, about 3 hours at max brightness. I was running about half brightness, because it was getting dark out, so I kept lowering the brightness down. I played Splatoon 2 till the thing died, and I never heard that fan once turn on or heat up. This one here, I would go half an hour, maybe an hour, and you could hear that thing running. Sometimes idling, it would run itself. But, I mean, both docks are good. Just personal preference, this is my favorite one, because it is more travel friendly. But it's also not an official dock either. As you can see, there's not the Nintendo Switch quality anywhere on here. Yeah, there's not a Nintendo Switch quality on there. You buy this dock, it's about $100. I didn't even get this thing on sale. It was like $40. This thing was not on sale. This was the Thursday after Christmas, but before New Year, so it was the week of New Year's. That's when I bought this. I got with a friend of mine that day, and I actually got the unboxed this at his house, and didn't do a video on it though. But this thing here, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working, so I was out putting the TV, and I'm like, oh yeah, gotta plug it in. And then I plugged it in, and it worked perfectly fine. There was no problem at all. Zilch problems. And this one here, we would have had a few problems because it heats up fast. We played Minecraft for a couple hours on end. We even tried on this thing. I've got Minecraft on here. We played for hours on end. We tried crashing it. And I know this isn't going to relate to the docks, but it is, because it was cold that day. We have where the TV was we were playing, there's a heater right below it. This thing here would have pulled the air in from the heater. This thing wouldn't have. This thing would not have pulled in the air. This thing it didn't even try to pull in the air from the heater. It was blowing in cold air. Like you can see, I've upped my games since Harvey, but I've got that's all my games. I've got Zelda, Splatoon 2, Rocket League, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Minecraft, and a demo game. But this thing, when I got it, but I don't feel like this is worth $100. The only reason why this dock here is $100, that right there. If you can't tell, that is because it's camera and backwards and stuff, that is the Nintendo logo. That is why this is so expensive, as the Nintendo logo. This, nowhere on here is there a Nintendo logo. Like, you can even try to look down in there. You will not find the Nintendo logo anywhere on this dock. You will find the insignia logo right there. All that information right there. But this dock here, it's a Best Buy exclusive. And the reason why is because Insignia is the Best Buy brand name. You know, Walmart has, I think it's great value. Target is, well, Target. And, you know, all your stores have, like, their own brand. Insignia is the Best Buy brand. And that's why it's cheaper, it's easier. And I just feel like it's more user-friendly as well. Like, you have a 0 chance of scratching your console on this dock. unless you pull it out and you're doing this to it, or you actually trying to, you are not going to scratch your system on this dock, pulling it in and out. Now, one downside to this is that it does stick a bit. Like you gotta put some power behind it. But that's because there is no front plate. This one here, there's a front plate. Console slides in and out. If I can look at it correctly, slides in and out. No muscle needed or anything, you know. No problems. Only problem is that it scratches your dock. Like, you got people that are complaining that it scratches their dock, their console. Let me get my Joy-Con here, my charging station. Okay, they've got this switch like this. They've been using the Pro Controller, right? They go to take it out. They take it out. They look at it, try to look at it. Oh, that's where they're scratching it. That's why they're scratching it. They don't pull it straight out of the dock and then move, or they're going in trying to. I'm touching my own dock, doing my own switch doing it, or they're pulling out really fast. If you watch every single video Nintendo made on this console, it's slow pull out. It's slow pull out. They pull out straight up and look very slowly. You got people, like, every video, it's slow pull out, up, to look at it. You got people complaining that dock scratches this console. Well, if it is, it's probably the plastic when it hardened, because they don't control how it, they control how it hardens, but they don't control what happens after it's hardened, after it's been in circulation. Now, I live in Texas, so this kind of stuff, we've had summers where the electric meter, the plastic covering the electric meter, has melted from the heat. These things here will rotate themselves, basically. They will. I haven't had them happen. I haven't had any problems with plastics out here in Texas, but it's the heat of the summers we have. And if, like this one here, you do have a chance of scratching your system, your switch. I have myself scratched up on this dock. Well, because I was pulling it out in and out too fast. If you pull it out slow and look at it, it's not going to scratch up your console. But if you pull it out in and out real fast and you have no way for the design and you're trying to use the dock like it was not designed, then this is the dock for you. This is the dock for you. Now, if you don't care that it's an unofficial third party, this is the dock for you. I mean, half price, basically. It's like $50 with taxes and stuff. $100 with taxes, not as good. If you look at how it all works. Now, the only reason why this one has all the components back here is to balance out the weight of the switch itself, keep the dock from doing this and scratching it up. That's all that this does, is it keeps the console, it's all the stuff in the back here. That's all this does. Keeps it from going like this and messing up your system. Now, if you're using the console somewhere and it's not going to fit other than this direction or this direction, I would say go this direction and pull it out. It's not going to scratch up your console. Do it this way. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to scratch up my system. But I like this dock. This is a good dock. Here, let me move some stuff around here real quick, and then I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to have to pick up my webcam. But, as y'all can see, the two docks are different. I'm looking at my... Okay. See, they're different. The height, everything, it's all different. And that's why I like this one better. It fits the dock. You can see down in there now. Let's try it down. Yeah, you can see down in here now. That in the dock. I actually think the rubbers on the bottom of this dock here are actually better than the ones on the bottom of this dock here, because Goes around easily. Does this like if you try to do like a rubber test, like a move test? I'm actually having to put some of my I'm not like. See how much it's moving? You can hear it trying to stop itself if you hear it correctly. This one here won't even try to stop itself. This one here will, so the rubbers on this one are better. But if you can see down here, okay. Yeah, you see this hole right here. This over here, it goes across, all the way across to this side here. The size of the switch's air intakes. And let me get this back up here. No, I'm gonna get the camera set right again. Because of the cable. Okay. Fix the cable, okay. Because this one here relied on the switch's own fan system to pull the air through and cool itself. This one here, I think it's got some pretty small fans in here, shoving some air in here. Shoving the air in. Ergo, keeps the console cooler. Also, this one here has a front plate on it, so the console, it really can't breathe. Like, you see how much it takes up? The console's not really breathing as it is with this dog. This one here over, I think it's about 90% of the console is covered up. I think my estimate would be about 20% with this, because of this tall plate right here. 20% of the console is covered. 90% versus 20%. 70% difference keeps the console cooler. Because, okay, the back plate, I would say about 10 to 20% because of the back plate. This front plate here just keeps the console in line. And I know there's a lot of third-party docks out there. I'm not going to get to review them all. I'm only doing these two because this is what I got the money for. $50 versus $100. With that includes taxes and stuff, you know. Okay, about $43 versus about, I'm gonna say $95 because it's like $80, $90 in store. The difference, just literally, because Nintendo has their branding on it, it's more expensive. Because of the seal of quality, it's more expensive. Now, this doesn't have Nintendo seal of quality. It doesn't have anything Nintendo related on here, other than that it's compatible with the Switch. Other than compatibility stuff, there is nothing related to Nintendo on this dock, other than compatibility. So, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. If you're new here, please subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.